Hey YouTube, it's your girl Janina Love back with another video. Welcome back, welcome back. How are you doing, my busy bees? Staying busy, I hope? Keeping it sexy? Always. So, if you have been through the series, this is number 5. We have a very neutral, nice light lash with a light lip. Then we went a little more dramatic with a more wispy and full lash, but also cut in half for our convenience and comfort. And I figured I would end the series by how it all comes off. I mean, it all went on. How do you get it off, girl? I was like, that's true. Nobody tells you always how they get it off. You just see the aftermath. Sometimes you see the aftermath. Sometimes you're lucky enough to see somebody do an undo, but not all the time. They're not going to do that. But I will. I will volunteer for tribute. I'm not tripping. And I also think it'll make a good part of the series, right? So I'm just moving a few things around, bumping the camera, but I'm getting myself prepped to remove my lashes. I have this Kiss False Mascara Remover, and you don't need very much of this at all. I really, really like this stuff. And I use it with the little cotton tip, and I just tip it over onto, in front of itself so it doesn't leak all over the place, so I can catch it with the cotton tip. And the reason I know it's going up in there because I can see the bubbles. And you just want to put this, rub it all over the upper part of the lash line, where your liner is and where it meets your lashes. And you can start feeling it kind of move because it's got argan oils and jojoba oils and things like that in it, right? So of course, it's going to help it move. But you can also use, I have this soothing Hawaiian facial oil. I changed the component that it was in originally because the original component had it leaking all over my stuff, so no. And you could just use some regular facial oil because a lot of us don't have that, but we do get some Ipsies, we get some samples. Even baby oil, coconut oil, Crisco oil, your cooking oil, all of that oil will break it up. And we just put it right across the lash line. It does take a few seconds to let it soak in. You can tell it's getting on there because you see the eye makeup is starting to move. And it doesn't take much. Okay. Let that set for a little bit while we chit chat to the next level, right? So what else do we do to get off our makeup? Well, I have tried so many things, and I've had so many failures, and I've had so many good things, and I've had some, we all have it. We can't deal with it. We deal with it. But I've got a few things here that you may have at home. So I've got some facial wash, superfood. I've got the pharmacy cherry balm makeup type stuff. I have a water cream here that's from Ulta, just an Ulta water cream. And I also have no, that's all I'm going to pull out. We'll use those basics. Because if you grew up in the time that I did, your grandmother or mother used Noxzema, and they would see how that just peels off so nice and smooth. But this is actually double layered, so you want to separate it. You got the smaller part here and this part here. That way you keep it together on your sheet here. I mean, it came off way smoother than you actually think. It really did. It's amazing how it does it. And that it's still got a little stick to it, so it can stick to the platform. You put your little shield on it, keep them from the dust. But I like to go in right afterwards, back with my facial oil and another cotton tip. I just use the lid of the cap to get as much oil as I can. And I'm going to rub it across my lashes. Not just my lash line, but my lashes. because sometimes you glue your lashes down, and it is a bummer trying to get it out and you don't know how. Well, I'm giving you a secret. This oil will help you get it all off, and you won't have to really go in, you know, with much to nothing. You just use this oil all over. As you see, I'm putting it all up in there. And your lash line. I'm getting a little bit more because it started getting dry. And I like to let that sit up in there for a little bit. Okay, and yeah, you want to be very careful not to get any of this in your eye. You know, it's not eye safe. Okay, and just let that sit on my lash lines for a second. While I clean up my little mess out of my cap. And put that away. And I'm going to grab out, I've got a bunch of these little wands that are clean, and I even have some spare mascara ones. And I like to take it and comb out that glue. And any extra mascara will come out with it. And I comb it up and downwards, just in case, you know, because the glue is on the top. And you can see it. Or if you don't want to see it, you can just feel it. Because when you stroke it going back and forth like this, side to side, you'll snag it and you can feel that you need to go back and comb through it again. Okay? And then also, you know, just the same with the other side. It's just, it doesn't matter which wand you use, as long as you comb that oil through your lashes. And it's going to give your lashes nutrients and all that good stuff anyway, so it's not a bad thing. It's not something that most dermatologists probably would suggest, but hey, they're not suggesting what to do to get the extra glue out your lashes without losing your lashes. Some of us have, you know, nerve issues with it where we've got to get it out, pick it out, and then we lose our lashes. I don't want that to happen for my busy bees. I want my bees to feel confident in their lashes and in themselves, so just these little simple tasks work great. And then I just use a little micellar water on a washcloth or on a cotton round, mostly a washcloth. Washcloth would grab this off a lot better because a cotton round will not do that. And I just wipe it off and get it nice and clean. It's ready for next time. Okay? And I keep it in just a little thing. Alright. Now, for those who don't have micellar waters, makeup erasers, you may have a face wash. Or if you have an oil-based wash of any type, that is the best route to go. Now, this is an oil-based hydrating oil to foam wash from Jet, and it comes out like a little gel. I don't know if you can see that, but it's basically a little gel sliding down my hand, right? And you don't want to put it on your eye, of course, but you can put it everywhere else, and it will break up your makeup gently. That's the whole point. We want to break it up gently because we are getting up there, ladies, and we don't want to tug and pull and, you know, like we used to in our early days, and then we got all these wrinkles to talk to. So that's one way that I like to get my makeup off, you know, to make sure I can get it off nice and gently. And it feels good. This is from the Jet set. I got it in a subscription box. This is the Jet Super Oil to Foam. And I believe it is not very expensive at all. Okay, and that's it. It's in there, and then it comes right off. Just like if I was using a makeup eraser, which I will be using a makeup wipe to show you the next one, because some of you guys do like makeup erasers, and I do too. I have a couple of them that I'm going to use for my eyes. So, when it comes to why I would use wipes, I know they're not biodegradable and all that good stuff, and we want to be good to our earth. But I have to use it with this, because using a washcloth with it, it hurts the skin. So you just need a little bit. Like, this could do my whole face, honestly, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go over where I was at and around the lips. Because that stuff stains the lips, okay? Now with this one, I want to show you with the other eye with the makeup eraser so that you have that idea too. But this, being a wet cloth, is much nicer, gentler to use with the balm. That is my suggestion for the balm, because if you use the balm with the washcloth, it does tug at the skin. Okay. Now for some type of makeup eraser, right? Where are you hiding at? I just had it. Alright. I got my little under eye ones, right? And it's micellar water. And you gotta give it a second on the eyeshadow sometimes, depending on how many layers, what you put on. And just dab it and wipe. I'm not even barely wiping, I'm just kind of like dabbing and rubbing it back and forth, because of the liner and everything. And if I'd have known how sensitive my skin was going to be as an adult, I would have treated it a lot nicer when I was a kid, instead of pulling at it so hard. You know, it really did make a difference. And that is the wonderful thing about these little makeup erasers. You can do your whole face with just a couple of pumps of micellar water. And these are from the Dollar Tree, this little pad. And it'll help get off all of that excess of anything and everybody. And that's it. That is my almost dropped it. That is the undo. And you're like, wait a minute, what was the cream about? So, I haven't hit the sink yet. I haven't done a cleanse yet. But I did put that soap on my skin. I have all these different things on my skin. I'm going to use a little of this water here, just to loosen up any extra makeup that could be there, that those products did not get off. And just put a nice slathering of it on. Don't be cheap and stingy. You really want it to soften up your skin and get all that makeup out. Especially when you're on camera as a YouTuber. I know Glam with Suzanne, she was explaining how gentle she's got to be with her face, because of, not how gentle, but how many products she's got to use to remove her makeup, because she wears so much makeup being a YouTuber. And I've seen Makeup Molly go through it and everything. So, and we all look pretty much the same afterwards, back to our birthday suit. But yes, you can see that there is still makeup on my skin after using all those products. And I'm going to show you with just a white Kleenex wipe that it's still there. Still covered in makeup. So that's what a double cleanse is. We went through the first layer of getting it off, and then I like to go in with the cream and make sure I get it all to break down, and then I go in with my cleanser and the back of this wipe. This makeup eraser has an exfoliating part on it, and it's very gentle, and it will also help move any of this excess makeup off my skin. And as you see, my lips are no longer dyed out. And this lotion is just a cheap, very cheap. It's the Waterful Gel Cream Moisturizer with hyaluronic acid and some other extracts, but it is the Ulta brand. Okay, and it was like $12, and I've had it over a year because you don't need much when you're using it as a moisturizer itself. I've just recently started using it to use it up as a double cleanse, to start with my double cleanse. Sorry, my back is itching. Um, Sitting here too long, did 6 videos. But yes, now I'm going to go use my cleanser, or even my other cleanser, the green one that I showed you. And that'll be it. That is my undo. Thank you so much for stopping by and spending time with me. As you see, my eyes are kind of glary, and I gotta go wash my face. I adore you all. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. You know, it means a lot to me. And be good to each other, be good to the world, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.